Hello, thanks again for tuning in to another edition of Gurus in Training. My name is Barry J. Solomon. Today is Friday, December 12th, 2014. And you are in for something special tonight. Let me tell you, you are going to love this. And you'll want to stay till the end because at the end of this training, this hangout, I want to share something with you that is going to blow you away. Question: do you communicate when you're communicating your offer or your business opportunity or whatever you're promoting? When you communicate it to your audience or your prospects, do you communicate it in a way that you like to communicate, or do you communicate that in a way that they like to receive? That's very interesting, I think, because if you think about it, you think about how does my audience like to receive what I'm trying to get across to them so that they can buy from me? How could I get this audience to buy from me without me ever asking them to buy from me? How can I get them to whip out their credit cards and buy? How can I get them to have a desire to meet me, to fly 1,000 miles to another country just to look in my eyes and to shake my hand and just to say, I just wanted to meet you. I just wanted to get around you. The title of this hangout is How to Sell Your Butt Off Incognito. How do you sell to 5 people at once? What do I mean by sale? And the title, if you notice, the title of this video, this hangout, is the sale. The word sale is spelled S-A-L-E instead of S-E-L-L. Why did I title it like that? Let me explain it to you. When you go to a store and you see a sale, you see that red tag that says sale, you automatically think, oh, this item over here is for sale, and I want to get the same value but at a lesser price. I want to get the same value, but I'm not paying as much as I would full retail for that sweater or that Christmas gift or whatever that item is. And so when you think about this training, I'm actually having a sale, but I'm not selling anything per se. So just wanted to throw that out there really quick. So how do you sell to 5 people at one time? 5 different personalities, should I say? When you're communicating with people, there's kinesthetic people. Kinesthetic people feel. There's visual people who they think in terms of images. There's audible people who think in terms of sound. It sounds good. And there is also people who think in terms. So there's sight, sound, touch, smell, and sight, sound, touch, smell, and there's one more. The 5 senses. And when you're communicating with people, say for example, give you an example. You present your offer or your product or whatever it is to a group of people. Let's say you're making a video online and you're telling them you're painting a picture. So how would you paint a picture in a way that people with 5 different personalities can identify with what you're saying? How do you paint that picture? Let me give you an example. Someone that's visual, they're going to say, I see what you're saying. Someone that's kinesthetic like me, they're going to say, I can feel this. I feel that this is going to be good for me. Someone that's audible person is going to say, it sounds good. So there's those different people, and that's how you communicate with that audience. So for example, I went to the beach and the water was so blue. Image people. And the water felt so good in the Bahamas. Kinesthetic people. And the sound of the waves, oh my gosh. It will help you, it will take you places in your mind that you never knew existed. The sound of the waves. Audible people. So you just communicated with 3 types of people, 3 types of personalities in one sentence. So when you guys are presenting your offers or whatever you're selling, if you present it in a way that coincides with your audience's, those personalities, sight, touch, smell, hearing, vision. If you appeal when you're writing your offers and writing your sales pages, when you're making your video presentations, if you identify with all 5 personalities, that's how you can sell to all those groups of people at one time. And you will actually start seeing higher conversions because you're hitting all 5 personalities. Some of you, maybe whenever you're making a video online, you're talking about how something feels all the time, and all your videos are just it feels, and the people that come onto your team are most likely kinesthetic people because you guys all feel, you have a gut feeling about something. Where someone that's someone that's more analytical, it all has to make sense to them, and they're gonna say, "Oh, this makes sense." So that's another personality type, the analytical person. Keep in mind also that we as people, we have a little bit of all 5 in us. My dominant trait is kinesthetic. So I'm a feeler. I feel something feels good to me. I get that gut feeling and I act on that gut feeling. It might not make sense to you because you're an analytical person, but it makes perfect sense to me because I feel it. So when I say, why do I think you are a salesman or a saleswoman? I don't care what you say. You are a salesperson. Oh, let me digress a little bit. I forgot. Audible people, they pay attention to sounds. So they don't want the same sound all the time. Sometimes you have to talk a little louder. And then sometimes when you're making your presentation, you have to talk a little lower to grab the audible people that pay attention to sounds. And then another thing I forgot to add about kinesthetic people is something I just learned a couple days ago. I'm learning this stuff. As you're hearing it, as I learn it, you hear it, I teach it to you. Kinesthetic people, when you're presenting to an audience, you have to move around a little bit. Kinesthetic people, they have to see movement. If something stays the same, if you stand in one place when you're presenting, they get bored. You lose the kinesthetic people because they need to see movement. You got to move around when you're presenting. You got to walk around when you're on stage. So back to the sales. Why do I think that everyone, you're a saleswoman or a salesman, I don't care what you say. Think about this. Have you ever told a friend or a relative about a restaurant that you just ate at, and you sent a message on Instagram, and you sent a text message, and when you saw your relative or your friend in person, you said, "This is why you have to eat at this place. The clam, if you're a seafood person, the clam chowder was so good. I recently ate at this restaurant called BJ Brew House, and the clam chowder was, it was so good. It tasted so good. It looked great. It smelled, oh my goodness, it smelled awesome. And the way I felt when I was eating that clam chowder, let me tell you, I was in another world. And when I was chewing it, it didn't have that that gritty sound in my ear. You know, when you chew, you can hear it. If you're eating cereal, you can hear it in your ears. See, when you buy clam chowder at the store, it's different. It chews different. It's a different texture, flavor, taste. I just sold you on that restaurant, on the clam chowder at BJ Brewhouse. You're a salesman. Anytime you tell your friends about a movie that you just saw and you told them why they should go see it because they had the best actors, they had great music, the soundtrack was amazing, the action scenes, the action sequences, if you're an action movie fan like me, the action sequences were perfect. You just sold that movie. So you're a salesman or woman. Doesn't matter. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. I'm not a salesman or a salesperson. I don't sell. You are, and you do. All the time. Anytime you tell someone about something, an experience that you had, you sold them on why they should or should not have that same experience. So when I first started on the internet working, I want to tell you what was it that got me, what was it that sold me in the beginning. Because if you're going to sell people something, you first have to be sold. You first have to get into the habit of being sold so that you can know what it feels like to be sold. Otherwise, how else will you know how to sell to other people if you don't even know what it feels like to be sold? So, in the beginning, when I first started working online, I researched for 2 weeks one company and one person. And I watched his videos, all of his videos. I watched his training videos. I watched his presentation videos. I watched everything. I watched how he did his videos, how he spoke, what examples he showed, income examples and stuff like that. And the thing that really, really sold me on my company, the company that I am in, and I've been here for almost a year. December, on New Year's Eve, it'll be my 12-month anniversary with this company. But the final thing that sold me was I called his phone number. As a matter of fact, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave my actual phone number at the bottom of this video because of what I'm about to tell you. The thing that sold me after watching the person that I joined, the person that sponsored me, I never met this guy before, but I watched all of his videos, so I felt like I knew him in a way. I felt like he was training me, coaching me along. But the final thing was this. I called him he had a phone number on one of his videos. I called him and he answered like that within the second ring. Hello? And so I was like, someone from the internet actually answers their phone? Are you serious? Who does that? Right? That's what I'm thinking. He actually answered the phone. See, when you're watching videos and you're following someone online and then you actually hear their voice, they actually answer their phone, it does something to you. It sets off that, should I say, that sweet spot, if you will. When you can actually, and then when you actually go to a company, an event, like we're having an event in Las Vegas, Lake Las Vegas, Nevada. If you hear me on the phone after watching my videos, and then you see me in person, that's 3 different experiences for you. So you see me on video, or whoever you're watching. You hear me on the phone, which I'm going to put my phone number below this video, and I dare you to call me. And you see me, you meet me at the event. I remember I went to an event recently. I think this was last year, in January. I went to an event. And some of the leaders in the company that I had been following one of the guys came to the event, and it's funny because they're like stars. Whoa, there's so and so. Let me go get a picture. I gotta get a picture. And so people would literally run up to these leaders and get a picture, because it's a different experience when someone sees you in person. They've been watching your videos, they've been learning from you online, they've been tuning into your webinars, maybe you talk to them on the phone, and then you see that person in person. So that's what sold me. That's why I'm here talking to you now. That's why I'm doing this hangout that I do every single week, every Friday. And that's why I'm here, because of that one phone call. And then I actually met him at that Miami event. It was called Freedom. Freedom! It was the Miami Freedom event. That's where I met my sponsor for the first time. It was great. So that's how you sell your butt off in the online space. Whoa, what is this? Sorry, bugs. Whole bunch of little, it's like a bug storm right here. They just came all in my face. But that's how you sell your butt off incognito, by identifying with certain people, by communicating with people in a way that they want to receive. So if you're talking, so just to recap, people that communicate in images, you got to say, you got to paint that picture, that image. Visual people that are kinesthetic, you gotta give them that feeling. It felt, how did the experience make you feel inside? People that are audible, you got to give them that sound. You got to increase your sound. You got to lower your voice. You got to change your sounds. Kinesthetic people, you got to move around. Audible people, you got to change the sound. Up, down, sideways, left, right. That's how you keep their attention. That's how you sell to that group. And then there's, the analytical people that has to make sense. Everything 1 plus 1 has to equal 2. 4 plus 4 has to equal 8. Or she lost them. And that, my friends, is how you sell your butt off. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in to this Friday's Gurus in Training episode. I always forget the episode. I think it's episode 27. It's in the title. I think it's episode 27. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Once again, my name is Barry J. Solomon. You can Google me. Go on ahead, Google me. I'll wait. Barry J. Don't forget the J, because if you just Google Barry Solomon, some biker dude will pop up with long hair, like a ponytail like this, and it looks like he's in a motorcycle gang. Don't do that. Just Barry J. Solomon. If you Google me, I'll pop up. You can find almost anything, other episodes. If you Google GIT or Gurus in Training with the apostrophe S and without, our videos will pop up. Thanks again for watching. I had a great time today. You could have been anywhere else, but no, you decided to come hang out with me and learn. I hope you got some value from this. If you did get value from this, like and comment below this video and share it. Share it with your friends, your family. Share it with the world. Tell everyone, hey, I learned something from this guy. I got some value, and you should too. You too, for a very low price. You too can learn from Barry J. Solomon. That was my sale for today. Thanks again for watching. I will see you next week. Don't forget, I have something special for you, a special link for you to click at the bottom of this video, and it doesn't go to a sales page or anything like that. Maybe it's going to go to my blog post, my most recent blog post, or one of my videos or something like that, or maybe somebody else's video or somebody else's blog post. It just depends. I hope to see you next week. Thanks again for watching. Barry J. Solomon signing off. See you next week. Gurus in Training. Oh, if you liked today's episode, wait until next week. You are going to love it.